I'm thinking of bringing over my friend to play PT. I will actually say this: the Surgeon Simulator video is already up, but the same day I actually recorded some footage of me doing PT. But the problem was, it was about a 30-minute session, but the problem was I got stuck. Which, as most people got stuck in that game. That game is built for it to piss you off. I have to admit, I'll get back to the PT thing later, the session. But, for those of you that don't know, of course PT is a teaser for Silent Hill, or it's being called Silent Hills. But anyway, with Norman Reedus, but for those of you that don't know, it is Konami and everything. But along with, is it Guillermo? I can't pronounce his name. Del Toro. I'm just gonna say Del Toro. He's actually the composer for Last of Us. Interesting fact, I bet you didn't know. It's because you're stupid. Oh man, that was some parkour shit. That's some hardcore timing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, it's being partially developed by him, but also by Hideo Kojima. For those of you that don't know, that is the creator of Metal Gear. All of them. Not a single. I think he's had a hand in every single one of them. No, except for Metal Gear 2: Snake's Revenge. That was actually something that was completely developed by someone else. And that's your gaming fact for the day. Have a nice day. Fuck off. Go away. I have a job to do. Stupid. Anyway, get up the fucking flipper. There we go. Yeah, we did it. Anyway, for those of you that have ever played a single Metal Gear game or Metal Gear Solid, well, mostly Solid. And Metal Gear was kind of offshoot, but in Metal Gear Solid it was pretty evident. There's some weird shit in that franchise. Freaking praying mantis and the end. Like, the end, for those of you that don't know, the end is a boss, a sniper in Metal Gear Solid 3. Now, it's actually a very intense sniper battle and everything. You gotta move very carefully, you gotta change your camouflage very carefully, and the dude is good at sniping. But the thing is, and no one ever thinks of this, but if you wait long enough, if you load up the fight, put down the game for about, I think it's a week, the end will die on his own. You will just enter the game, and the game will be like, the end just died because you waited too long. And then you move on with the rest of the game. What the fuck? That's so weird. Now, the guy who made a boss that dies if you leave him alone for a little bit, that guy's making a horror game. The same guy who made you disconnect from the first port, put it in the second one. What the hell? So that's what I've had to think. Of course, when they were first developing PT. Also, here's the thing about PT. No one knew about it until it was announced and then made available on the PS4 store. No one knew that this thing was in development until it was already there. So they had so much time to perfect it, and everyone saw that. I remember when, like, Five Nights at Freddy's was the huge Let's Player thing, but PT came out of nowhere and trampled it. Like, I've seen Five Nights at Freddy's. I haven't played it, because, again, I'm not too much of a horror fan. If you guys saw that footage, you would have known. It was mostly me scaring myself. But anyway, so... where was I going? Like, Five Nights at Freddy's was becoming the... Wow. Great. Back on topic. Five Nights at Freddy's was pretty much the Let's Player thing. Like the same thing it was with Slender, and then it was Amnesia, and then Five Nights at Freddy's was going to be the next big one, and then PT tramples it completely, because I've seen Five Nights at Freddy's. Again, I haven't played it. But from what I've seen, it's pretty much a run-of-the-mill horror. Like, you just gotta be careful. You gotta, it's more of management and being aware of your surroundings. PT is very different. For those that haven't played PT and think it's just the regular horror game, it's just like, oh, it's just the next horror game that Let's Players are gonna beat to death. It is so different. Because Amnesia, you have a purpose, you have a goal, you know the character enough, you know what the thing is, you gotta get through the fucking fortress. But this, it's psychological. There is a single hallway, it curves, it corners, and then you go down, there's a staircase, another door. That is the entirety of the demo. I've never played anything more scary in my entire life. I haven't played a lot, but the ones that I have played have been trampled by this game. The thing, and again, the thing that makes me more scared is that, man, game, wow, Amy was going down the same road. Great, anyway, so, man, my voice is starting to get dry. Anyway, so, the thing that scares me the most is because you hear about, you know, these different indie-developed, horror games and everything, like, it's this team. But when you hear, if you're a fan of Metal Gear Solid and you hear the name Hideo Kojima tied to a horror game, that's different. Because I had to imagine, again, they had to playtest the thing with actual people who knew the game, you know, to make sure everything worked fine. But Kojima had to have. There is no way. Like, because again, they're working on Metal Gear Solid 5 too, The Phantom Pain. So I had to think that Kojima was in the development process of Metal Gear Solid 5, and at the end of the day, he would be like, well, team, it looks like you've got a hard job ahead of you, but I've got faith in you. Now I'm gonna go and scare the shit out of some people. He had to have done that. I would have done that. But anyway, but after all the playtesting and everything, make sure everything worked, like, you know, debugging and everything, he had to have taken it on unsuspecting people before he made it live. And for those of them, because Hideo Kojima is a famous video game designer, damn it. So, man, my voice is going. There had to have been some people who were familiar with his work, and obviously familiar with Metal Gear Solid and how fucking weird it is. So there had to have been that one guy, at least once, like they bring in another guy to do it, and then Hideo Kojima sits him down and he's like, all right, we're gonna have you playtest this little teaser right here for the first time. All right, sounds good. So who made this game? Oh, it's Del Toro, and I had a little bit of a hand in it. And then the guy's like, you, Hideo Kojima, had a hand in making this horror game. He's like, yeah, why? It's like he turns around on his chair. I want to make one thing clear. Did you have the same design philosophy when you were making all the weird shit in Metal Gear Solid? And he's like, yeah. And that's PT. It's so psychologically creepy. Like, imagine every single horror trope in movie history. That is that game. But the thing is, it's condensed in such a way where it's just like, like the light turns off, there's blood on the wall, the radio's talking to you. The creepy fetus in the sink. Oh my god. That was scary. Funny thing about PT is that it's designed in a way where you have to, because watching a horror movie or watching someone else playing a horror game, you know, it's scary when it comes to the jump scares. And you know, you feel a little bit of the anxiety right before the big thing happens, but you don't feel too much. PT is like that horror movie, the best horror movie ever made, but you're playing it. You're the one playing it. You have to finish it. The movie's not gonna move until you do something. You have to go through the dark. You have to look through the crack in the door. Or the game doesn't move on. That's just so dicky. It really is. Oh my god, that game is horrifying. It really is. Smash them all. Don't smash them all. You can't smash me. I smash you. We all smash. We're a smashing family. Smashing. But yeah, if you guys would like to see me doing a video on PT, scratch that. By the time this is uploaded, I think the excitement will have been died down a little bit. But again, I haven't done too much because again I got stuck. I think I got stuck in the area. I don't know how. And that's the thing. Like, PT is so well crafted that it took the internet a solid few days to figure it out. That never happens. Every secret is revealed the second the day that the game comes out. So if you made a game that confused the internet for at least a few days, you've done good. You have made worldly resources useless. Jeez. If the actual Silent Hills is gonna be first person, I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh my god. God, that game was creepy. Like, even the stuff I've seen other Let's Players do, it's just like, other stuff is just like, holy shit. Like, the fetus starts talking to you. Like, it starts crying and everything was like, and it's really creepy at first. But they didn't get used to it because it's just kind of hanging around now. Then there's the peephole. Like, every single trope. The long dark hallway, the lights that go out, the darkness, the turning the corner, the big vertical area where you know someone is gonna hide there and scare the shit out of you. And that's the thing, PT is built so you know when you're gonna get scared, but you can't do anything about it. Because that's the vast difference between movies and games. Because games are interactive. You're the one playing it. When you're watching a horror movie, you kind of reel back. You kind of don't look away from. You look away from it. Cover your ears or something. And then you wait till it passes. But in a game in PT, it is every single horror movie trope that you have to go through. There's no hiding. God, that. Big, you don't smell froggy. Don't give me that bullshit. Oh, God. Alright, let's go. Yay. When grinding, use the B button to go fast. And the A button to jump off into your death if you feel like that you're not going to have anything good with your life. Move the control stick so you can fall off faster. What if Cream secretly hates everyone? She's just abnormally cute to everyone for no reason. She's just like, we gotta find Jakula, and inside she's like, I'm gonna go home and start cutting myself. Or she beats her chow. That's horrible. I said, can you give me some cream? I can't. Oh my god, that is probably the most horrible thing I've said. I have quite the backlog, but off the top of my head, I think that is really bad. Holy shit. Anyway, back to Sonic Heroes. Oh man, nice switch placement there. I was confused. Yay. You gotta move to the left. At least there's not that second train that'll come out of nowhere. Thank you. Press the A button, fall off, and just kill yourself. But yeah, PT's a fucking scary game. For those of you that do have a PS4, I suggest you get it and play through a little bit of it. Just a little bit. And it's not like the horror game that'll be like, I've played PT. Any sort of horror game has nothing on me. No, you play PT, you're scared of everything. After that, you're just like, I don't wanna, I just don't. It's not the game that toughens, it's the game that scars. They run deep. Very deep. It's like a Vietnam flashback. It's nothing like a Vietnam flashback. Except I just remember being scared the shit out of that one lady. Here's the worst part. When the radio says, look behind you. The radio says that. What the fuck? You know, like again, you know exactly what is going to happen. You're gonna look behind you, something scary is gonna happen. But you can't move on until you do it. So you're just like, alright, and then you turn around, scares the shit out of you, even expecting it. You're just like, fuck. Here's the worst part, I actually got to the radio segment where it said, look behind you. But I actually didn't hear the radio, so all I did when I was doing nothing, I turned around, I didn't even turn around, I kind of just turned the corner, and then she was on me. And by she, I mean an interesting character to run away from. I don't know why I said it like that, but